guys, so one of the things that I do is I meal prep some little desserts for the week. I take some Greek yogurt and I take half a cup of that. I do measure everything and I weigh things and things like that. And I've learned how to, I've learned what calories belong to what for things that are not labeled. So for instance, like blueberries, cherries, celery, things like that. Just Google it, just figure out what, how many calories they are per ounce, and then you can have a little scale and measure out your stuff, and it helps you stay on track. So I take these little containers and I take my Greek yogurt and put that in there. Put that in there. And then what I do is I like to, because it's my last thing of the night, I try to have the nitric oxide thing going. So I use a little bit of chia seeds because the seeds and nuts help with the L-arginine, or I can't remember what the name of it is, but they help you basically with that. So a little bit of chia seeds, a little bit of flax seed that are already ground up so that your body can absorb it, and the cacao nuts, that helps with the nitric oxide as well. So a little bit of that, and a little bit of walnuts, again, just a little because they're nuts and they have high in fat. Let's see. Then I also like to use dried up pomegranates because pomegranates help with that nitric oxide stuff as well. So I add some of those to that. And I also, just for fun, like to add just the teeniest tiny bit of mini chocolate chips. So I add a few of these to my little dessert cup for the end of the night for the week. And then what I do is I flavor them. You have a plethora of flavors that you can do. I use these Torani things a lot, so you can do cheesecake, you can do chocolate. The other thing that I use are these sugar-free Jell-O things. So just a dash of that on there. That also tends to thicken them up a little bit. The Fage yogurt is pretty thick already. This one has thinned out because I froze it before using it because I bought too much, I guess. So that's the base of it. You get the yogurt, you put a little bit of nuts in there, and then after that, the world is your oyster. You can flavor it with cinnamon, nutmeg, I use these because I have Greek yogurt that's not flavored. It's not vanilla or anything, because I use it as sour cream sometimes. So if you go that way, then definitely add either stevia or these things, like I said, to make them taste sweet. But if you already have a vanilla, then you're already starting with vanilla base. But I don't want everything to be vanilla. Sometimes I want it to be like a lime, like a key lime pie or something, or a lemon pie, or whatever kind of, any dessert that you can think of, you can turn these to taste like it. Strawberry cheesecake, and whatever you can think of. And another fun one is, I don't like it as much because I'm not into orange, but you can make like orange creamsicle, tiramisu, a little bit of coffee in there, and you got a tiramisu kind of flavor. What else? I make all kinds of flavors. Blueberry cake. If you take those extracts too, the ones that have like cake extract flavor, that makes them taste pretty good. And then at the end of the night, I just take a little bit of fat-free whipped cream, a little bit of this, put it on top, put a little bit of cinnamon on top of it. And then I also add just the teeny tiniest bit of granola, like very little, just for a little crunch. Or you can have a little piece of a graham cracker, so that, like for instance, key lime pie, you add a little bit of graham cracker. When the holidays come around, those are fun to make as well, because you can make pumpkin pie. So you can take a can of pumpkin, like for instance, Libby's, and just a little bit into your Greek yogurt, and you have pumpkin pie flavor with the pumpkin pie spice. Pretty good. So that's a fun little tidbit that you guys can have, and you know, just meal prep them. I make a bunch, and I just keep them in the fridge for the week. And what else do I do to them? That's it. Pretty simple. Have a good day.